Welcome back to Champion News Talk Radio, brought to you by championnews.net. Our founder, Jack Roeser, and myself have Sharon Meroni from Defend the Vote, and I'm sure you hear their commercials regularly here on WIND during our show. This is the good work that Sharon Meroni is doing to defend your vote that really does make a difference, because elections have consequences, and as we've seen through the Joe Walsh 291 vote win, every vote counts. So Sharon, I want to have our listeners, if they want to support your work, what you're doing, let's hear the best of Defend the Vote. And then I know, Jack, you've got something. They're really making some big changes in Springfield that we're going to hear about.
Well, you know, in the last election that we just had, the primary, we discovered that Cook County is not in compliance with the law in how they're actually running the elections.
Okay.
They don't have a secure chain of custody on the key that protects your equipment. They do not properly seal the ballot box. They are now trying to actually not seal, they actually don't properly seal the ballots either. So our emphasis is to go into court and get a court order to force Cook County to actually obey the law. And if you are interested in helping us to have a court order supervising our elections in November in Cook County, we could sure use your contributions to help us do that.
So you take contributions, and where could our listeners go to contribute to your cause, Sharon?
Defendthevote.com, DEFEND, defend that vote.
That can be found on the internet?
Yes, it can. Mm-hmm.
Now, what type of organizational structure are you?
We're a non-for-profit, and we're working towards our 501c3 status, so that's where we're going. And you can also donate or contribute to us through PACs that are already established 501c3s.
And from championnews.net, which has been sponsoring you since the beginning of this
Absolutely.
stuff. Certainly not using a whip on you to get you going, because you're self-motivated.
Sharon is self-motivated, that is
I just
for sure.
recognize that you had the qualities that were needed to press into this.
Well, that's
Another
because
thing-
you are the pioneer in ballot integrity, Jack. This is the man that really cares about ballot integrity, and you show it every day, in every way, shape, and form.
The conservative cause on every level. Now, Jack,
There's something to say about this. It's easy to see with the system that it is so loosey-goosey at every step of the way of when the stuff gets into the precinct and leaves the precinct, gets put on a truck to come and go, or put in a storage warehouse. And there are thousands of these machines out there, right? And,
Thousands.
But, and there's big administrative procedures. There are so many places that are loosey-goosey and poorly managed that it's not necessary for the mayor or any public official that's got an interest in the vote coming out right. There is no need for him to say things like, you know, I like things nice and quiet, or please steal me 5,000 votes this time.
That's right.
There's no need to say that because the jobs of a lot of people that are doing all kinds of things in Chicago, those jobs are Democratic jobs, Democrat Party jobs.
So
And they know they've got to produce jobs, or that is votes, or they ain't going to have the jobs.
That's right.
So I'm not accusing the people on top of issuing direct political orders to commit fraud or not. But this thing's so loosey-goosey, everybody knows what has to be done, and they need supervision at every level.
That's right. That's why they should obey the law and keep the security measures that we have in place, because they sell us that we have a safe election because we have security. Well, if the measures aren't being followed, it's smoke and mirrors.
You know, my old aunt lived on the west side, darling thing, but I asked her if Democrats had stolen one election.
Oh, no.
And she says, well, of course they do. She says, I voted for Al Horan 7 times myself. This is my dear aunt. And then she says, my Ed's been dead these 15 years, and I know he's still voting. So she lived on the near west side of years ago.
And we've investigated that, too.
It's a tradition of this kind of vote thieving that the world knows about. And your investigation is going on in enough detail that I think we can curb some of it.
Yes, sir.
how many ballot boxes are in Lake Michigan? But Jack, you were talking about what's going on with the budget. There's some good things going on with the budget, right?
Well,
And
one would
Mr.
think if they
Madigan's
read the
actually-
Tribune
Okay.
that good things were going.
Really?
I got a little article here from the Morning Tribune, and they're talking about Mr. Madigan is got a nice streak going on here. He's going to cut back. So his bill has got 3 legs of essential financial reform in the state. Number 1 is retiree health care. Boy, they sure need that. We got pensions that go up to $300,000-$400,000. Number 2 is pension reform, and number 3 is Medicaid reform. Think a little bit. Where do we really spend the big bucks in Illinois? It's on education.
On education.
Yeah,
For
we
the
got.
children.
Yes, supposedly
Yeah.
for the children. We
Poor
know that
kids.
the system is doing a bum job on the kids. Listen, there's a lot of decent teachers that their personal integrity is brought into the classroom. So we're not picking on the good individual teachers, which there are a great many of that. But they're working in a stinking, lousily, badly managed system that averages $16,000 per child per year. Now, that would be, take the average classroom, you're talking about roughly $400,000 a year, and the teacher makes $60,000 of it. So where would you look to save the big bucks in the state of Illinois? These other things are big, but I think the Democrats are equal opportunity bad managers, and they don't seem to want to mention the fact that so doggone many billions of dollars are totally wasted in the education system because it's dominated by the teacher unions. And that is going on, and the money from the teachers themselves, their dues, is poured into the Madigan's
War chest.
So
War
this is
chest.
more smoke and mirrors. Well, you know what? When we come back after the break, we're going to tell you the truth here, just the facts on Champion News. Stay with us after the break. We will be right back.